Namami Buddham. My homage to the Buddha. I would like to bring a series of dhamma speeches on my channel Buddhism with Life. I would like to bring these series of dhamma speeches through the perspectives of Tipitaka Dhamma, Sutta, Vinaya and Abhidhamma, and referring their commentaries, I would like to bring the series of Dhamma speeches. First of all, I explain you the subject area of my Dhamma speeches. The subject area of my Dhamma speeches is Buddhism. So I would like to explain you the origin of Buddhism and expansions of Buddhism. The origin of Buddhism took place at Bodh Gaya in Bihar, in the southeastern province. When the Buddha attained to the Buddhahood at the foot of the Bodhi, it is known as Jaisrima Bodhi. That was the origin of Buddhism. It took place 2567 years ago. After the origin of Buddhism, Buddha's disciples and also the Buddha himself delivered Dhamma all over India. That was the expansions of Buddhism all over India. When the Buddha spent his 7th Vassana season in Tautisa, he preached Abhidhamma to his mother goat. During the time of in that 7th Vassana season, Buddha explained Abhidhamma to his mother goat and other goats. Then the Buddha taught all those Abhidhamma facts to his great disciple Arahant Sariputta. Arahant Sariputta learned Abhidhamma from Buddha and he came to the human world and he taught Abhidhamma to his 500 disciples. That was the establishment of Bhavanaka tradition of Abhidhamma. They preserved Abhidhamma in the word of mouth from teacher to pupils, from old generation to younger generations. Then, after the passing away of the Buddha, about 3 months later, his disciples gathered in Saptaparni cave in Rajagaha in India. They recited Dhamma as Vinaya and Dhamma, discipline and doctrine. So that was the origin of Vinaya Pitaka and Sutta Pitaka. After 300 years of the passing away of the Buddha, Emperor Asoka made arrangements to spread Dhamma in 8 countries, including Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia. Then Arahat Mahinda, who brought Buddhism, Tripitaka, Sutta, Vinaya, Abhidhamma, with their commentaries, and he established the Mahanaka traditions in Sri Lanka. The first Mahanaka Thera was Aritta. Prince Aritta was the first Sri Lankan Mahanaka Arahant. The Mahanaka Arahant preserved Tripitaka in the form of words from teacher to pupil. Teacher is to recite in his memory. Pupil is to listen to what the teacher recites and keeps in his mind. That's how the Mahanaka tradition preserved Dhamma without any written materials. But during the time of King Valagamba, in 1st century AD, the Mahanaka Arahant decided to inscribe Tripitaka in all values because there was a dangerous, a severe famine. Many Bhanakas died. Some Bhanakas left the country. So the Arahant Bhanakas decided to inscribe Tripitaka on all values to preserve them for the future generation. They gathered at Aluvihara in Matali in Sri Lanka. They inscribed Tripitaka on all values. Then there was the writing material of Buddhism. In 2019, Pali Tripitaka was regarded as World Heritage. So the Tripitaka has become the World Heritage So Tripitaka belongs to entire world, not only for Sri Lanka. Buddhism has three schools called Theravada, Mahayana and Vajrayana. Theravada Buddhism has prevailed in the countries like Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Laos, Cambodia. Mahayana school has spread in the countries like Korea, Japan, China, Singapore and the like. The school Vajrayana has prevailed in Tibet, Mongolia, Bhutan. Dalai Lama is the spiritual leader of the Tibetan Buddhist who follows Vajrayana. They believe that Dalai Lama represents the Buddha. The main objective of these three schools is to attain to Nibbana. But the way of practicing towards Nibbana, there are differences in those three schools. But they aim to the same goal, Nibbana. That is the nature of Buddhism. In my Dhamma speeches, I would like to elicit your mind towards Theravada Tripitaka and their commentaries, because I select the facts for my Dhamma speeches from Tripitaka and their commentaries, because I am Theravada Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan Mahanaka who inscribed Tripitaka at Matalayalu Vihara on Ola Leaves. In Sri Lanka, every Buddhist centers, there are the series of Tripitaka textbooks in Pali and Sinhala. I would like to show you how you make use of Buddhism to solve the problems arise in their day-to-day life. You may play different roles. You may be husband, wife, son, daughter, or employer, employee, servant. Buddhism speaks to all those roles. Buddhism discusses the problems in all those roles of the person. So I would like to bring my Dhamma speeches, including the solutions that you are suffering from problems, to get answers, to compassionate your mind. I would like to bring a series of Dhamma speeches onwards. My next Dhamma speech will be on Brahmajala Sutta in Digha Nikaya in Sutta Pitaka. Thank you for listening to me. Blessing of the triple gems be showered upon you. Thank you very much for listening to me.